it's Casey with Snake River Seed Co-op. I get to be here today with my coworker Leslie, who also owns Quel Ranch Farm, this beautiful place here in Garden City, Idaho. And I'm here today to visit Leslie's summer cover crop patch. So what is a cover crop? A cover crop is a crop that you grow. Sometimes it's also called green manure, and it's grown specifically to feed the microbes in the soil. And cover crops are really great for restoring soil fertility. They do a lot of really cool stuff. This particular cover crop here is buckwheat, which in addition to making beautiful flowers, which is feeding a bunch of pollinators right now, it also is a phosphorus scavenger, so it can pull up a lot of phosphorus that wasn't otherwise available in the soil. And then the other thing that's in this cover crop is cowpeas. They're right here, and they're nitrogen fixers. So they're pulling nitrogen, basically working with bacteria to pull nitrogen out of the air and put it into the soil. So between these two plants, it's like nature's fertilizer. And so that's one thing. And then the other thing this is doing is it is choking out weeds. And if you've got a bed that's, you had a spring crop in, like lettuces or greens, and they've come out now, or you've got garlic that you pulled out, this crop can go in right after that and choke out the weeds and feed the soil so that it's ready for the next year. So there's two kinds of basic categories of cover crops. There's summer cover crops, and then there's colder hardy or fall cover crops. And the summer ones are not frost tolerant, whereas the ones that you might plant later on in the year that'll hold the soil during the winter and provide cover during the winter, they can live through frost and through winter. So in this case, what we've got here is a summer cover crop. And summer cover crops are really great because they completely die in the fall. So when the frost comes, they totally die. And so unlike a winter cover crop or a fall one, where you have to then figure out how you're going to kill the crop next year when it's still alive, which is easier if you have equipment, but if you don't have equipment, it can be harder. So this is a summer cover crop that you plant in summer and it will die in frost. So cover crops are really great at suppressing weeds, but you have to manage them well so that they themselves don't become weeds. So in this case, what you're looking for is you want them to be about 3/4 of the way in flower, and then you want to cut them down. By the time they've been 3/4 of the way in flower, they've gotten to feed a bunch of pollinators, and they've managed to scavenge as much nutrients as they can possibly scavenge. And now, but you don't want these to go to seed and end up with a weed problem later. So what you're going to do, you can, if you have, depending on the scale you're doing this at, if you're on a big scale and you have a tractor, you can mow it down with the tractor. If you're on a mid-sized scale, you can use a weed whacker. If you're really tiny, you can use something like this, and you can just straight up come in here and just about 6 to 8 inches off the ground, just give them a little haircut, and that'll keep them from going to seed. And then what's happening when you're doing this is that now all of this biomass that you just cut off is sitting on the surface, providing good mulch and food. And then also, now that you've cut this top down, the bottom, the roots are now dying. So when you mow down something, the roots die back to compensate, because now they don't have enough leaves to feed the roots. And when those roots die back, they themselves now become food for the microbes that are in the soil. It's like you put food into the soil for the microbes without ever having disturbed the soil at all. So the more you let something grow and then mow it back and grow and then mow it back, the more you're feeding the soil below at the same time. And then come fall, all of this is just going to die. It's going to sit on the surface, become mulch. All the little bugs are going to come up and eat it up from underneath. You're making a smorgasbord for the soil life here. So it's a really good choice, really easy. Even on a very small scale, a summer cover crop is great. Like if you got 1 packet of buckwheat seeds and 1 packet of cowpea seeds, you could seed about a 4x8 bed or so with those, mix them together, and just scatter them over the surface, keep them moist, let them do their thing. Good luck, happy planting.
Best haircut, line so sharp, got the world off cut. Best haircut, walk through the door, whole club shut up. Best haircut, mirror like damn, I'ma run that up. Best haircut, fresh from the chair, this anthem cut.